The bride's adolescence. Kim Jong-soo. March 7th, year 321. The pale bride grew to be a fine, demure young wife, but she wasn't always this way. Near the end of the year 319, she had a temper unruly enough to be mistaken for a boy's. Do not look upon her wild days with disapproval. She was from another, less civilized time. Rather, look upon her eventual submission as testament to her good character and filiality, that she was able to overcome such a wild nature for the sake of the Kim family and the sake of her husband. One evening, she stormed into the common room while I was discussing a business matter with a deputy. "We need to talk," she demanded loudly when I indicated I was busy. That only caused her to become even louder. Right now, embarrassed, I was forced to excuse him to address the child. "Is this a joke? Are you serious? You've made wedding plans?" She shrieked at me. "Please calm yourself," I told her, and sat her down after admonishing her for her rude interruption. I tried to do what I could to calm her myself. It seemed that she had a rather bizarre set of expectations, that she wouldn't marry until she was many years after growing into a woman, that she would elope with any love-struck man who came her way with no regard for her own chastity, that she would have no assistance or protection in finding a suitable husband. Simply put, her ideas were as bizarre as they were dangerous, and I noticed it. And for this, she had gotten angry at the news, rather than the excitement that one would expect from a girl who found out that she would be getting a husband. Not even the sensational news that it would be the emperor of all people would calm her. Yeah, let's see Hyun's response here. "Oh, hi. Say, do you mind taking a break for a couple minutes just to chat?" Go ahead. Thanks. Appreciate that, really. I appreciate that you're here. I know you've got ulterior motives. What they are, I'm not really sure, but most people do, and that's alright all the same. I'm glad you're reading these logs, though, even if you don't really care. It's better than nobody from outside the ship ever seeing them, which is what I thought for sure would happen. Or am I just being cynical? If I'm so, my apologies. Please tell me, what do you think about what you read about the pale bride? She's overly dramatic? No, it's tragic. It is sad. Yeah, I'm glad to hear you say that. I think she wants to confirm for herself that, well, everything is at least there's something wrong with the way people here live, I mean. Yeah, I'm glad to hear you say that. I'm really glad to hear you say that. Nobody else seemed to think so. There's something, well, here I've added another message for you. Just, well, why don't you read it yourself? What message? This is a new message, by the way. Yeah, this is definitely the new message. I'm not gonna read it down now, though. Wife. Bride's adolescence. Let's show this message to Hyun. Yeah, there's a shocking revelation for you. I can guess what you're going to ask, and yes, it's me. What? Well, you asked for all those logs, right? That's the information you were looking for, wasn't it? I'm not really an AI. What? You're the pale bride? Well, first thing, though, you're not pale. Second thing, how can you transmit your consciousness into a digital form? I mean, I am now, but I used to be a girl, and I just thought, well, I thought it would be easier to just pretend to be the log-keeping program, rather than explain the whole situation. I don't really wish to drag out the point. You've already heard enough about me. I'm sure you don't want more. I mean, I understand. I figured out what you were actually looking for at the very start. What do you think I was looking for? I saw your login attempts. I know what you were trying to do. And, well, I've re-enabled it. Just please, be honest with me. What is that you want to know about? Well, if I know about her, I'll know the password, because her date of birth is pretty much the password. I'll pick the obvious answer. Really? Really mean that? No. Yes. Wow, I don't know what to say. I am not really used to this. It's, Thank you. Well, is she crying? Thank you. Thank you so much for listening to me after so many years after what happened. It's just really nice to be heard. If I could hug you right now, I would. And I don't think I would mind that. Speak with you and I. May I ask you to do me a favor, please? There's a block of data that I can't access for some reason. I think it's been flagged so that only humans can. All I get is a sharp pain every time I try. I really want to know what's in there. Can I get you to drop to the console and take a look? Once you're in the super user mode, super SU, that's super user, huh? Just type decrypt block 13. She hasn't finished. I really want to know what's in there. Can I get you to drop to the console and take a look? Let's go ahead and read about the Pale Bride before anything. At least use my real name, the Pale Bride. September 18th, year 319. Dear Diary, this week I tried to convince the old man to put me back into stasis by going on a hunger strike. It didn't work, obviously. On the plus side, at least I figured out where that stupid name they all keep calling me came from. Sorry, that last bit was written yesterday. I couldn't bring myself to keep going. So she wrote that, and then she stopped and continued here. I couldn't bring myself to keep going. I just kept crying. I still would be, but, well, it just gets exhausting after a while. I'm too tired to cry. Things aren't going to be better. They can't get better. I'm not going to get put back into stasis. I will be dead by the time I'm 18. Why, oh why did I ever agree to be frozen in the first place? If the future can't make me better, I'd rather die with my family there, at least rather than these awful Kims. I wonder if they'll realize I was right after I die. Anyway, hunger strike. It was really hard, and I kinda cheated by sneaking into a kitchen while nobody was looking, but it at least convinced father to listen. Fine, he said. By the fourth dinner time, I'll show you why I can't. Up until he said that, I had been hopeful everything would be fine if he just put me back. I thought, but sorry, I guess I've been trying to write this for 2 days. Now it's really hard anyway. He took me to go see the egg I hatched from. His stupid name for the stasis pod. When he said hatched, the worst possible thing came to mind. Worse, it turned out to be true. In order to get me out, you had to smash apart the glass with the hammer. The pod was still full of shards. All my hope died when I saw that broken glass. The time was right to bring you into this world, he said. I don't remember what I said, something obscene, probably it wasn't enough. I know it's hard, pale bride, but it's for a greater purpose. What was the point of arguing? It was broken, and nobody in this awful future would know how to fix the pod now. Instead, I argued with what I could. Why do you keep calling me that? I said to him. He responded by pointing at an inscription my real father had left on the pod, a message for me to read when I woke up. The first line was written in Chinese characters. His idea of being fancy, I suppose, but he explained them in Korean underneath. See, the old man told me, the rest is foreign and archaic, but it names you at the top, the pale bride. So it's to read Chinese and Korean. It's called Pale Bride. I am ignorant on anything related to the Korean and Chinese language, so apologies here, viewers. And I guess most of the people that played this game, I assume that they feel the same. It didn't say that. It didn't say that at all. I shrieked at him in response. You idiot, you moron, you illiterate. Probably some other things too. I can't remember exactly. Now, you're a lady. You're about to get married. I was furious. Are you stupid? That's not how those characters read. It says, to my sick daughter, sick daughter, sick daughter. You illiterate monster. It says sick daughter, me. He started to argue, but then stopped. I think he was patronizing me, as if I can't read simple Korean script. He just asked in the smuggest voice, then what should I call you, child? I screamed. I'd already told him 1,000 times before. Hyun-ai, my name is Hyun-ai. And I think this is where we discover that Hyun-ai, the I, is this lady. Wasn't paced well, to be honest. Let's show this message. Let's show this message to Hyun. I really want to know what's in there. Can I get you to drop to the console and take a look? So yeah. To continue on, I guess I'll have to. Yeah, this is why it's going to be lit all the time. Just, you know, if I'm stuck, like, this is how I'm gonna progress this story. I'm gonna do that, but before I do that, I'm gonna read everything else. The new wife. The new wife, Kim Young-suk. August 13th? No, I'm sorry, not August. July 13th. Year 318. My new wife moved in last week and she's been pestering me ever since. Ever I go in the house, she's either following me or waiting outside the door. The first time it happened, it unnerved me like nobody would believe. The more recent time, I'd stopped being unnerved and moved on to just plain annoyed. I only had one thought. Why won't this silly girl just give me some peace? No wonder her parents were so anxious to send her to our home. Hours before, she'd been hanging around in the room. I finally kicked her out when my mathematics tutor arrived. The session went without any hitch, aside from reminding me just how much I hate the damn subject. And after a few hours, he left. And who's kneeling right outside my door? It's her, of course. Have you been there the whole time? I asked her. Of course she had. For the love of... we need to talk. So I brought her back in and sat her down at the desk. What? What is this? You're driving me insane. I don't have the time to be babysitting you constantly. I said. I wasn't angry, just annoyed. But she looked alarmed all the same. For a moment, I was worried when she was going to start crying instead. She just turned her head away. Do you hate me? She asked. Who's that wife? Is this the same Hyunai? Women, why must they be so... Women, why must they be so damn emotional? I reminded myself that I was talking to a female. I needed to approach this differently. Look, I said, you're very pretty. I appreciate that you're trying. So, no, of course I don't hate you. She looked back at me, seeming like she was holding back tears. Then, why don't you need me for anything? Is there nothing I can do for you? No, not unless you can help me study the classics. She looked down. Right now, nothing is more important to me than passing the civil service exam. Can you even read? A little, she said. A little isn't enough, I replied. What if I sat in on your lessons? I could learn more. I'd be quiet, of course, please. I was about to say no, then I changed my mind and agreed when I heard her next line. At least give me a chance to earn your approval, please. Is that her? Hyunai? The new heir. I actually can't remember if we read this or not. When he died, your father, absolutely nobody didn't disrespect his honor. It's complete opposite. He knew it. Yeah, we read this. We definitely read this. A cliche to remember by Hyunai. The new official. It's just one message. Kim Jong-soo. December 30th, year 318. On the 13th day, Young-suk finally passed the civil service examination. Otherwise, the final month of the 380th year was without event. The new girl. Young-suk's wife. March 2nd, year 319. Dearest mother, it seems as though there will be a new girl in the family. I don't really understand the details, but her name is the Pale Bride. And it seems as though she's a 13-year-old girl who had been kept inside a giant egg through some sort of magical technology passed through the Kim family over the generations? As I said, I don't understand how such a thing is possible, but she seems nice enough. Young Suk seems quite annoyed at her arrival, however. He explained to me why. The plans to offer her as a concubine to the Emperor. She's young and beautiful, and he's still without a son, so it'll probably go a long way incurring favor. And that's bad? I asked him. Not strictly, he admitted, but it means father doesn't have much faith in me. If he's making contingency plans that don't require my involvement. So this is, the son of the quote-unquote Hyun's father, or Hyun's new father. I'm not following the names, by the way. It's Koreans, and usually I would follow these even if the names are strange, but maybe this game needed some more character portfolio, like at least pictures of them. But it means father doesn't have much faith in me if he is making contingency plans that don't require my involvement. Now I'll never know if my success was on my own merits or because the Emperor thinks the girl he'll give him is cute. Did you even tell him your plan of working your way to becoming High Magistrate? If he knows that... Oh, this is the adopted son. Okay, now I know. Now I remember. If he knows that, how can he think a contingency is necessary, I asked. Good question, he said, and left the room looking annoyed. To this day, these worries of his still seem to plague him, and I can't seem to do anything to relieve him of that. A cliche to remember. Hyun I. Namjoon Yobe. Men are honored, women are abased. If you can only remember one thing, remember this phrase. I really want to know what's in there. Namjoon Yobe. She still doesn't have her name, right? She's gonna ask us to go to the console. These indices. These indices aren't full, huh? It actually tells us if it's full or not. I assume. It's actually better to read these messages from here. So she wants us to decrypt the third block, huh?